What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself, Robo Fiends. If you are still here, Robo Fiends, holla at your boy. We are back. Yo, it's not Armored Core per se. However, it is literally just as good. Let me explain why. So, for those wondering, this game is called Daemon x Machina. It is actually developed by the same people who made the Armored Core Silent Line, and I think Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer. Quote me on that. I just know that he made what was particularly, arguably, the best Armored Core games in the series. I do like Armored Core 5 and Verdict Day. Those are actually great games. I kind of like the way they slowed the game down a little bit, made it a bit more thought processy, where the other games were more focused on speed and whatnot. This game seems to actually lend itself to that. It is based more on speed. For those of us who actually missed the mobility, the movement, everything about how the ACs moved a lot quicker and the battles were more fast paced, this seems to bridge that gap pretty well. One thing I'll tell you guys off the top is that you are going to have to play this on the Nintendo Switch. Is an exclusive game, and if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, sorry, but luckily I have one, so we're going to be playing that. We're going to actually be getting a lot of videos from me, so if you actually want to see more of this Daemon x Machina stuff, hit the like button. Dead serious. I need to know. I'm trying to gauge interest here, trying to figure out if my people are still around or whatnot. But regardless, move over. The fighting in this game, excuse me, the gunplay. Let's talk about the gunplay. The gunplay is very interesting. If you are coming from Armored Core 5 even, you're gonna have to pretty much unthink, unremember, unmuscle memory all you actually learn and knew, because the controls are a little bit different. It still functions good. It's just different, and it took me a while to actually get used to the controls. It took me about 2 hours to full on say, okay, new muscle memory, let's get some stuff going on. But for the most part, it's still a very solid game. The speed is there. The thing is, when you first play the game, the AC, I'm calling them ACs, I'm sorry. They call them arsenals in the game, but I'm calling them ACs. The AC they give you in the game is actually very slow, slowish, sluggish, I should say. You don't feel as if you have the mobility that I was just speaking about. Play the game some more, defeat these rogue ACs, I'm gonna call them, and once they become destroyed, they fall, hit the ground, you can actually go over to the body and scavenge for parts. Look up as many really dope parts as you can, mix and match. Again, we're making builds here, and you actually be able to actually get some relatively decent performance out of your build, because for the most part, the biggest thing I was like hammered home with was the fact that they promised me more mobility, but in the beginning it was very sluggish. However, the mobility will come, scavenge the area for parts or whatever, and you should be okay. It's on the whole, if I had to give it a number score right now, I'm giving it an 8.5. Not quite a 10, not even a 9 yet. There's a couple of things here that need some tinkering. The enemy, not just the enemy, the friendly AI is ridiculously stupid. So if they can fix that, that'd be kind of great. But the one thing that I really do like about the game, the thing that gives the biggest draw for me, is that the fact that it still kind of feels like Armored Core in the sense of when you go to make your build, you still have lots of different varieties when it comes to customization, like different parts for your body, both arms now, not just arms in general, both legs, well, not both legs, but the legs, both arms, your head, your body, your processor, which is basically FCIS, which allows you to actually lock on to enemies further or increase your mobility. Just it pretty much works with the brains of your particular AC. The weapons themselves are pretty interesting too. We no longer have chemical, thermal, and kinetic types. We just have bullets and lasers, and that's not a big deal. There's also other things like shields and special things that we don't necessarily have we don't have a hand on just yet. They might actually have some of this stuff in the beta, or this demo, so to speak. But defeating enemies and scavenging their ACs for parts, it's kind of on like an RNG kind of scale. Sometimes you get really cool stuff, sometimes you get duplicates and some lame stuff, but whatever. As I'm playing the game some more, I will let you guys know if I uncover some more really cool weapons and things like that. But for what it stands right now, we're looking at like SMGs, assault rifles. I have a bazooka, Missiles are pretty much there. Everything kind of functions very similar to that of Armored Core. You just have to kind of like forget how you boosted. That was the biggest thing for me. Boosting in this game does not feel the same as it did in Armored Core 5. Not even close. Remember how you used to boost left or right with the, well, strafe, I guess you could say, with your with the back triggers and everything? You don't do any of that. All your boosting is done with the Y button. You can customize all your buttons though, so I'm gonna give it that. But standard, you have to press the Y button and then boost with your stick accordingly. It's kind of okay. It just, if you're in the super thick of things, whenever I would boost left right with my triggers and actually still focus my aim with the joystick. You can't really do it too much if you're actually using the joystick to boost left and right, so you kind of have to compensate for the strafing motions with how you actually shoot. So again, you'll get the hang of it and it shouldn't be too big of an issue. But all in all, so far, my first impression with this game, I'm happy. I'm happy. This game comes out in summer, they say. I think they said this was going to be a limited time demo. I'm wondering if this is only going to give us a limited time to play, because even though it's only 4 missions you're allowed to play, you get 4 missions. One was a tutorial mission, so I'm not going to count that. The other 3, you kind of get to like flex your stuff a little bit better. But for the most part, it's actually very solid, very, very solid. There's a couple of things that need to actually fix in here. The more I play, the more I'll be able to uncover and discover the small nuanced things I kind of wish they should change. I am actually very happy that they're going to be having like a survey, letting them get feedback from us, the players, and hopefully that feedback directly goes into the gameplay and not just them thinking, okay, well, people think it's fine, so let's just drop the game. I want them to actually take what we say and actually implement it into the game. I know they can't literally make Armored Core for us, because that game is actually, if I'm not mistaken, in development from by From Software, rather. I almost said from Software. That sounds weird. But I want to make this game its own beast, but also very, very, very like tight in terms of like controls and mechanics and things like that. Now, every now and then I found a couple dips in the frame rate. We know that's kind of a big issue when it comes to these high stake joints, so maybe they'll fix that come later, because this isn't the final version of the game. But with that being said, well, I will say, Robo Fiends, we are back. I will be making builds. I'll probably go over a couple of mechanic talk videos, the usual Nuff Gruff and stuff. Everything we knew from before, even better, because back then I was probably a worser commentator than I am now. I just said worser. That's an oxymoron. I said I was a worser commentator, and I literally used the word regardless, okay? As new things develop, I will give it unto you. So there you go. But with that being said, the game is fresh. I like it a lot. You guys should like it a lot. If you have a Nintendo Switch, download it, please. And let me know what you think about it in the comment section. But with that, it's been your boy. Take care, everyone. I love you all. Robo Fiends, we out. Roll out. We out, roll out. Robo Fiends, we just out. But we back. We out, but we back. The video is done, but we are back, because this game is dope. And it's robots and stuff. And it's Armored Core. Shout out to the Robo Fiends out there. All like 7 of you that are probably left. It's been your boy.